Weak spots in World of Tanks with Dangerously Incompetent. The TVP VTU Koncept. Czechoslovakian Tier 8 medium tank. First glance, it's not looking great. It's quite a tall tank, and there's that part of the hull is going to be perpendicular to any shots that are coming into it, so that's not much angling there. And then the same on the very front of the turret. Okay, admittedly it's not very big, but it's still going to be very perpendicular to the shots, so the effectiveness, thickness of the armour isn't going to increase very much unless you're angling it like this. Numbers wise, 65 on the front of the hull and the turret. Not great, not good at all in fact for tier 8. At tier 8 you expect the turret armour to be very thick on the front, and it just isn't. Not on this tank. Sides, wow, 40 on the hull. Yeah, it's not good, but what do you expect? You're in a medium tank. Let's have a closer look at the numbers then. Looking at it from the front, well, there you can see the 65 on the front, gone up to an effective armour of 68 because it's very slightly sloped backwards. Oh, look at that. There's a hole. The mantlet doesn't go all the way over the hole if you're looking at really shallow angles, but that's a tiny thing to hit. You're not effectively going to hit that. Cheeks, it's only 40. You've got an effective armour has increased it by almost 50%, but 58mm, yeah, that's still not going to stop anything. It's only when you're getting auto bounces from really shallow angles, and only 40mm of armour means quite a lot of stuff is just going to not over penetrate. What's the word? Overmatch. That's it. Even if it hits at an auto ricochet angle, because the armour's so thin, the impact of the shell is enough to go through rather than ricochet. So not very good at all. What's this bit down here? Still 40mm of armour. It's angled, but yeah, it's still not stopping anything. And the commander's hatch is quite big and 40mm of armour thin, but you didn't really need to aim at that. Just aim at the sides when you got anything of an angle. Hull wise on the front, there's a 65. Effective armour 70, so great. So you're going to have to angle it a lot before you get effective armour, and so much so that they'll just shoot you in the sides instead. Is that no, the hatch or viewport is no thinner, so not even worth aiming at that weak spot. The lower hull is only 40mm of armour. That is horrible. So still part of the top part of the hull on the front is 40mm. Eek. Let's have a look on the side then. Oh, nice smooth sides, which would be nice for side scraping, except 40mm, 30mm on the hull. What's it underneath, behind those tracks? 40mm. Yeah, that's not stopping anything. Even side scraping, things are going to overmatch it. Side of the turret, 40mm all around. Okay, you might get some. You'd expect to get some automatic ricochets, but they'll be overmatching that 40mm. Most of the stuff they'll be firing at you. So when you're shooting it at the side, anywhere really, anywhere but the tracks, unless you want to stop them, in which case shoot the tracks. But yeah, that's not stopping nothing, is it? Rear, even thinner. Roof, 20mm, nothing. And it's quite big, and a big old engine dector for the artillery to shoot at. All in all, pretty rubbish. I'd categorise it as poor armour. It's just one big weak spot. If you're equal tier, you can go through anywhere you can see him. If you're lower tier, then you might want to avoid that front part of the turret. Maybe lower hull or the sides anywhere is a good place to shoot, or the commander's cupola if you're accurate enough. Is that top turret? Yes, it is the top turret. Let's try looking at the stock turret. Well, the frontal armour is just as thick and it's angled better on the front. Still the same large commander's cupola and the weak sides, so yeah, no difference. The gun mantlet gets a bit thicker in places, so the stock turret is no better. The mantlet on the top turret, yeah, it's more, but there's no weak spot really. So to avoid that mantlet, just shoot him flat in the face, full in the face. You'll probably go through. Bah. You can't expect much from a medium tank armour-wise, but at tier 8 you really do expect a tough front of the turret, or at least a sort of really tough mantlet and then super slopey sides. But yeah, it's rubbish.